We're back, and we're going to be talking to our next guest, which makes a lot of sense, or else the show would be over. Anyway, he's the professor of dermatology at UCLA. He's also the author of 4 books. His latest, which is Great Skin at Any Age, shown here, How to Keep Your Skin Looking Young Without Plastic Surgery. Dr. James Sternberg, who, first of all, I think your advice would be don't stretch your skin out of shape.
Absolutely.
Right, so then it'll be in good shape that way. But no, this summertime, people get into the sun, and what does it do to them?
Well, that's really the biggest problem, Bill. The sun is the bottom line to what causes aging and wrinkling and so forth, because it's the one thing we can control. There is a natural aging process that goes on. We have very little control over that, and it really doesn't do much. But the ultraviolet light, or sunlight, if you will, or various spectrums of it, is what causes the problems. It breaks down the underlying structures of the skin, which allows the constant muscular activity to cause these breakdowns to turn into wrinkles. And it's not one day in the sun. You don't go out today and tomorrow you're wrinkled. It adds up and adds up and adds up, and it doesn't repair itself, and eventually you start to show the things of aging.
But it does make you age a little bit faster.
Oh, there's no question about it. You can, a perfect example that we always use is because people will come in the office and they'll say, well, I haven't been in the sun in years. What are you talking about? Well, then we find out when they were younger, they went every day to the beach. The perfect example is have them look in an area where they wear a bathing suit versus area on the face. And the difference in the skin's tremendous. Anybody can do this. I mean, one's nice and smooth and not wrinkled, and the other's kind of brownish, yellowish, wrinkled, and so forth and so on.
What about things like worry lines, laugh lines?
Well,
do they really exist?
Oh, sure, absolutely. They all, naturally, like all things, they have big, long names. But the frown lines up here, the glabellar lines, the laugh lines here we call nasolabial fold lines. What's happening, one might say, well, if the sun causes wrinkles, why do we get wrinkles in the same place? It's because the sun causes the breakdown of the underlying collagen and elastic fibers, but the constant grinning and the certain muscles putting pressure in that area, coupled on top of the breakdown, causes the wrinkles to form in those areas.
But there's no way ever to prevent being wrinkled, is there?
Well, you can definitely slow it down, yes. There's no question about that. By monitoring or watching how much ultraviolet light damage or how much ultraviolet light you get, meaning sun, how much sunburn or how much sun you get. And you can alter this in numerous ways. You can wear sun protective screens. You can wear hats, you can wear clothes, you can live in a closet. Not my #1 recommendation, but, nevertheless. You can, 2/3 of the sun's energy hits the Earth between the times of 10 and 2. So if you're a tennis player, you play before 10 or after 2 and things of that nature.
Tell us about this collagen.
Well, collagen is probably the most exciting thing to come along in quite a while for cosmetic dermatology. Briefly, there's 2 types of collagen that people are familiar with. That which they buy in creams, which is completely a waste of your money, because to assume that you can rub collagen on, it's going to sink in and somehow change your own native collagen is just assuming too much. It does increase the price, but it's only as good as the moisturizer it's in. Then there's the injectable collagen. This has really been quite a amazing thing for us. We can actually inject collagen right into the area we want it. We can inject it right into the lines we want it. If people have acne scars, we can inject in the acne scars. It builds up the underlying tissue. It works as a matrix. And this matrix allows your own collagen to move in there and fill it in. And given enough treatments, we can get excellent results.
We have some photographs, some before and after pictures, which are always great to look at.
And we've got some good ones that show some good things.
Over there?
Okay, this is one of my favorite photos. As I look at this on the right here, this man has a very deep line on his left cheek, and one not quite so deep on his right cheek. And I think this shows a good example of what collagen can and can't do.
Gee.
Now, this is after treatment. Now, if you look on his right cheek, it's not 100%. He's got maybe 80, 90%, but his right cheek has got almost 100% improvement.
Yeah.
Now, this won't last forever. Okay, here we have a lady. This is what we call glabellar or frown lines. Obviously very deep. This is an amazing photo. This is after a number of treatments, the next picture, and it's essentially gone.
Is that, I don't know, maybe this is really a dumb question, but would this kind of replace facelifts?
It's not a dumb question. It's a question we get all the time. No, it will not replace facelifts. We cannot change gravity. Gravity's got us. As soon as you get sagging, collagen will do nothing. Collagen is used with facelifts, because facelifts will do this type of thing, and then will come in afterwards and pick up the fine lines that are left with the collagen, so it can be used with it. I've had a lot of patients, though, who've come in and said, well, I don't know, I want a facelift, I want a facelift. But I'll try the collagen, then do the collagen, and they like the results that they skip having the facelift. But it's not a replacement for it.
How accessible are these treatments?
Very accessible. It's becoming more and more popular. It's been FDA approved for quite a while. It seems to be extremely safe. The people that are using collagen are your dermatologists, your ENT doctors, ears, nose, and throat, and your plastic surgeons. And most all of them are using it. If you were to call the office, they could tell you, yes, we are using it, how long we've been using it, what we charge for it, et cetera, et cetera.
How bad is soap on your skin, on your face especially?
That's a question that I could probably spend hours answering. You got to take a lot of things in consideration. One is your skin type. If you have very oily skin, you're going to want to remove this oil, and soaps come in all sizes and shapes. Unfortunately, the FDA has not regulated soaps, so they have to put on their label what's in them. But by a hit-and-miss technique, you can find one that will leave your skin feeling good. If you have very dry skin, soap can make it drier and make it uncomfortable and cause eczema or itchy or that type of problem. If you have very oily skin, soaps are very important in removing them. And, of course, if one gets dirty, soap is the more efficacious way of cleaning.
What about the skin creams that are available on the market? Are the ones better than the other, I imagine?
Once again, we get into a hit-and-miss thing. Now, there's a certain thing called acne cosmetica. This is acne that's caused by cosmetics. This is acne that occurs in people in the non-teenage group. And so there are certain ingredients, which we've listed in the book, we have quite a bit on it, which have a tendency to do this. So that...
we have a picture, a before and after picture up there. I don't know what...
well, these must be more, these are more collagen pictures. These must be pictures of, I think, fixing a scar. There's a little scar lateral to the line there. Okay. This wouldn't have anything to do with soap.
I didn't know where those pictures came from. They just
I don't either. I haven't seen this in a long time. We can see the next one. We can see what we're doing with. No, that's a collagen
where
picture.
We're back to the
the thing is, people expect moisturizers to do everything. I think that's what you're talking about, and they don't. Moisturizers moisturize the skin, obviously, and if you can get water in the skin and you can trap it there, it will plump the skin up a little bit, and these little fine lines will be less noticeable. Has no long-term effects. Doesn't affect you look like tomorrow, next week, so forth and so on.
Okay, thank you. Dr. James Sternberg and his book, Great Skin at Any Age. On our show tomorrow, our next program, the very beautiful Delta Burke. Ed Begley Jr. will be here tomorrow on the right day. He's from St. Elsewhere. Grena Davis from the new series Buffalo Bill show we talked about earlier. John Delancey from Days of Our Lives. Comedian Vic Dunlop and Linda Leilani Brown from Dream Girls. We'll see you then. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.